Council will also be holding satellite workshops and panel discussions at the same time. We will also provide more details about the upcoming forum with the British Council in just a bit. Now, before we continue with today's forum, I would like to beg your indulgence. I'm sure you'll bring a lot of great insights here today. Please upload your insights, commentaries, or even selfies and wefis online using the hashtag which you see on the screen. Can you kindly flash the hashtag on screen again, Jared? The hashtag to use is ASEAN 2017, and the second hashtag to use is My Creative City. Again, please use our hashtags ASEAN 2017 and My Creative City. As we continue with today's program, allow me to welcome our opening speaker, a very good friend and a former colleague in the Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship. He worked at the Presidential Management Staff Office, the Department of Trade and Industry, and the National Economic Development Authority. He also acquired 22 years of experience as a top executive of RFM Corporation. He was also the executive director of the entrepreneurial advocacy group Go Negosyo, or the Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship. He was also a radio celebrity hosting a Go Negosyo radio program at DZRH. He was named the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry in 2016. As such, he helps advisory boards and councils like the Board of Investments and the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. While the Philippines hosts ASEAN 2017, he serves as the ASEAN Economic Ministers Chairman. He is one of the APEC ministers responsible for trade and is a founding member of the World Economic Forum, ASEAN Regional Strategy Group, and of course, the Stewardship Board for the International Trade and Investment System. He holds a Master's in Development Economics from the Williams College in Massachusetts, USA, and an AB Economics degree at the University of the Philippines School of Economics. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Department of Trade and Industry Secretary, Honorable Ramon Lopez.
Thank you, good friend RJ. So to our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to mention also a couple of our friends here. Ambassador Tanatip of Thailand, Ambassador Capaya Rodriguez Gonzalez of Venezuela, from the Embassy of Sri Lanka, Sowandi De Silva, and Ambassador Jan Christensen of the Royal Danish Embassy. Our good friend, Ambassador Kok Lee Peng, okay, there you go, from Singapore, and our partner, Mr. Nicholas Thomas from the British Council. Councillor Walter Van Hattem of the EU, in regards to Ambassador Yesen. Of course, one of our partners, and I guess the main contributor to today's session and this Creative Cities Forum and exhibition, Mr. John Hawkins, straight from London, I believe, and just here for this forum. About a big hand for all our special guests. I must congratulate also the team of Undersecretary Nora Terrado, Executive Director Rhea, for that excellent opening. I think from there on you can see already a creative and modern treatment of traditional Filipino dances. I mean, I think maybe it's my first time to see such modern and vibrant treatment. Gives you, I think it's a good keynote already. It sends a message what this forum and exhibit is all about. It's all about getting upbeat on creative and innovative ideas, really as the future approach and methodology as we try to attain our respective development goals, more creativity and innovation. So allow me to welcome everyone to this ASEAN Creative Cities Forum and exhibition. As the host of the ASEAN Summit for this 2017, the Philippines is proud to introduce its Creative Economy and Creative City agenda. With this agenda, the Philippines aims to usher at least one city in the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. The Philippine government, through the Department of Trade and Industry, is also anticipating bullish opportunities that the creative economy can offer, not only for the Philippines, but for the whole ASEAN community. Let me take this opportunity to thank the British Council for its efforts in working with and supporting creative cities and hubs around the world through its programs. The British Council is currently collaborating with the Philippines through the Design Center of the Philippines and the ASEAN Creative Cities to further stimulate and mobilize the Philippines' local creative economy. ASEAN has expressed interest in working with the British Council to do a mapping of creative hubs in the ASEAN region. This would enable hubs in the UK and the Southeast Asia to connect better and learn from each other. With this in mind, the British Council is expanding its hubs program to additional countries in Southeast Asia, including Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, where research can be done on creative hubs in cities. The Philippines and its neighbors in the ASEAN region share a creative common strand stemming from each country's rich cultural heritage and arts. This creativity is now part of the evolving mindset that seeks to involve itself in modern societal concerns. 4 cities in the Southeast Asia region can help us illustrate this. Phuket in Thailand takes pride in its sector of gastronomy, which provides significant economic contributions to the country, even as it commits to preserving and promoting its traditional culinary culture. Indonesia's batik city of Pekalongan integrates its batik culture in its educational system and city's economy and its development plans, illustrating how culture-based development can create income-generating activities for its communities. Bandung, another city in Indonesia, stimulates its urban development by harnessing its young, energized demographic towards innovation and entrepreneurship. With design at the core of its economic activities, Bandung envisions more creative hubs for its entrepreneurs. Singapore, a city known for its urban design, continues to push for design as a driver for the city's economic and social sustainable growth. These range from infrastructure, education, and healthcare, among others. Of course, everyone who goes to Singapore would see all these unique and innovative design buildings and parks and innovative structures around, in and around the city. These 4 cities are recognized by the UNESCO as creative cities for gastronomy, crafts and folk art, and design, respectively. These 4 UNESCO creative cities in Southeast Asia, along with other numerous creative cities in the network, point at the creative fields that are getting recognized for their potential to drive economic growth and inclusive, sustainable development. From cultural value, arts and creativity are beginning to be perceived with economic value. This is how you define a creative economy. The foundation of a creative economy are creative clusters, hubs, cities, designated spaces where creative talents and assets are provided conducive environment for growth. This means infrastructure, local governance, fiscal policies, legal frameworks, and public and private partnerships are present to ensure that creative capital is activated for dynamic livelihood through the generation of ideas. More and more cities are taking on the formation of creative clusters and hubs to enable urban regeneration and development in their local environments. These creative spaces greatly influence the market value of a location through the stimulation of creative entrepreneurship and cultural tourism, and further driven by cross-collaborative technology. What is very much evident is that these creative clusters, hubs, and spaces impact greatly on a city's social and economic development. I guess I can also cite, in addition, all these innovative and design-oriented furnitures, garments that we in the Philippines, for example, are putting emphasis on as our main differentiator every time we try to push for our products abroad. This is our new sets of exportable products, because you can't compete really on the regular and run-of-the-mill type of garments and furnitures. So we've listed garments, furnitures, but they have to be design-oriented, creative treatment. And these are our pride. I mean, every time we show these products and sell these products abroad. I think you can see some of the designs in the monitors and the LED screens out there in the park where we opened, where we had that opening ceremony earlier. We can find richness in diversity. The ASEAN region has its own creative strength in place, founded on the rich creative capital of its people. The goal now is to channel these creative assets into innovation, employment, and trade opportunities, even while mobilizing them to drive the economies of the Southeast Asian region. We aspire to have more ASEAN cities join the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, even as we support an ASEAN integration that nurtures a region-wide network of creative economies and cities, unhindered by borders and boundaries. This means cultivating opportunities for free-flowing collaboration, exchange and trade among ASEAN member states and beyond, that is intended for the development of a unique and creative ASEAN. The ASEAN Creative Cities is an opportune time, I mean this forum is an opportune time to learn more about creative economies and cities and its impact on the region's sustainable economic development. We look forward to the next 2 days of the forum, where a total of 28 speakers and panelists from 5 ASEAN countries and the UK will be gathered. We are also very fortunate to have with us Professor John Hawkins, a renowned expert on the creative economy and best-selling author of the book with the same title. Professor Hawkins is set to discuss how bright creative ideas can be turned into money. Likewise, the forum will be providing open space discussions on creative hubs to be facilitated by the British Council tomorrow. It will be a one-on-one session with creative clusters and hubs with research findings forming a part of the discussions. We understand most of you here represent creative clusters, hubs, and local government units. This is not surprising. For us to reap the benefits of a successful creative economy, a united effort from LGUs, the local government units, and the grassroots is needed to bring in a different kind of government-to-government partnership and collaboration. And I must emphasize that involving the LGUs, the grassroots, really makes the kind of growth that we want to have, an inclusive growth, a growth that can really lead to prosperity for all. We envision the establishment of vibrant, inclusive, and sustainable creative ecosystem in the coming future. These ecosystems will gather communities, businesses, educational institutions, research units, training centers, and government and private sectors, while also enabling them to be active contributors to the ecosystem. Together, we can advocate for the formation of hubs and clusters of creativity, where business and investment opportunities are welcome to contribute in driving our economies. To conclude, on behalf of the Philippine government, we welcome everyone and we look forward to working with each of you during the 2 days of this forum on the Creative Philippines and Creative ASEAN agenda. Thank you and mabuhay po kayong lahat. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Again, thank you so much, Secretary Paul Lopez, and again, thank you so much.